Hello, everyone. Thank you to all the people that is listening to this session today. We are very excited to be presenting this new functionality, advanced analytics, in where we've been working for a while and we've been putting a lot of effort. I'm Edu, account executive for DEXMA. As you may know, I'm responsible for some key countries in Europe, and today I'm going to introduce DEXMA so that you can have an overview about what we do. So if you guys are not partners yet, and if you are, I think you're going to find it interesting anyways. First of all, let me introduce my colleague Alfonso Mateos and Jordi Garcia.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Alfonso is our new product owner, and Jordi is from the operations team. He's a customer success engineer, and they are the experts, and I'm sure you're going to have a great time with them and this new functionality, advanced analytics, that we're going to go very soon. After Alfonso and Jordi's presentation, we're going to have a short Q&A session, and then feel free to ask your questions in the GoToWebinar menu in the bottom left or right part of the screen. And if for any reason your question is not answered today, no worries, we're going to answer it through email. I'm going to introduce a little bit our company. DEXMA was born in Barcelona in 2007, and after 11 years, today we are present in more than 40 countries and with around 250 active partners. And our partner network is constantly growing. Right now we have around 50,000 installations. We are very focused in the key countries in Europe, such as UK, Italy, France, Spain, or the Scandinavian countries. And this helps us being aware of the needs of the market and being prepared for the future. We are also in a lot of R&D projects, and this helps us a lot. You can see here some of our partners. Feel free to contact us if you're interested, you're not partner yet, and you would like to become a DEXMA partner. We can explain you how easy it is to do it. Okay, so we are not the only ones that think that we are great. We are very proud to receive lots of comments about important analysts. And all these comments only mean that we've become a referent in the energy management software market, not only in Spain, but in Europe and at the end in all the world. And we are very happy because this is not only our work, but it's also with the help of our partners that work for our growing every day. And then we wanted to explain you here what we call the DEXMA Journey. We are going to find 3 steps in this journey: detect, analyze, and control. With one of our latest functionalities, the Energy Grader, you'll be able now to detect which of your buildings are the worst performing or in which there are a higher potential savings, just to detect which ones we have to act first. Right, then once we know which are these buildings, then Dexel comes into the play. I understand you all know what Dexel is. You've heard a lot of information about our platform. Dexel is going to help you to achieve those savings with all the functionalities, like the one that we are going to show today. The latest part, control. We're going to come up soon with more information about this, but thanks to our API and our third-party hardware or software, we are finally going to be able to control your installations. We're gonna give you more information in another session, right?
Sure.
Okay, and then here's a sampling more or less of where are we saving energy. As you can see, we are working in all kinds of sectors. From retail to hospitality, going through public administration or industry. We have around 1,700 active customers, and we are growing every day. Thanks again to all our partners that do a great job and help us grow together. Well, I don't want to get longer. And I'm going to give the word now to Alfonso and Jordi that are going to start explaining this new functionality. So please, Alfonso, advanced analytics, what is exactly this?
Thank you, Edu. Advanced analytics, what it is? It is the new feature that gives you all the freedom to analyze your data in a better way. It is, in fact, a change into our platform. Okay, we have been hearing at your feedback, and after 9 months of development, we have been working on solving some of your problems that you always said to us, like, what if I could add different energy sources in the same graph, more than two maybe? What if I could modify the axis? What if I could aggregate my whole portfolio? So this is from just monitoring to advanced analytics. The idea is we have created this new advanced analytics feature that is available right now in all professional licenses, so that you have all the freedom, all the power to create your analysis. So let's see a bit of what advanced analytics is. It just the idea is give you absolute freedom, okay, to generate the analysis that you need. You can plot any combination of desired parameters. They have more flexibility and creativity. Thing that, for example, you could use your corporate colors in the charts. You can also analyze. Your analyses are always saved automatically. So no more update button is needed. Okay, so any change that you make on the analysis, it's updated. You can compare parameters with different time resolutions, as I said, in different data sources, for example, energy sources, at any number of axes, change colors, etc. Okay, so basically, we've been working in enhancing the DEXL consumption screen, that is the most used in DEXL, with all your feedback to create this advanced analysis tool, to give you all the freedom you were asking for. Okay, so let's see a bit how this looks like. We'll start with the demo. I'm going to show you some examples. In fact, we'll create them online right now. Okay, so we are going to see advanced analytics in detail so that you can start using it as soon as we end this webinar. So okay, leave the presentation. Let's go with the demo.
Let's go.
Okay, so just access DEXL and go into the analysis section. So as you know, we had the current queries feature, and here you can find the new advanced analytics. Okay, so once you click in advanced analytics, what you see is that you have to create your first advanced analysis. So click in new advanced analytics, and this is the first change I want to take into account. That is, advanced analytics is based on data series. Okay, so it's a different approach to show your data, but you just have to add different data series. You can use a single device or multiple devices. So we will talk about multiple devices later, but if we create the simple one, you just select the parameter, let's say active energy, okay, and select the device. Let's start with this first floor of Luxembourg.
And Alfonso, in this list of devices, is it all my devices in the account?
Yeah, in fact, we are on the hierarchy tree. We are, as you see, in corporate buildings. So advanced analytics works the same way as always. If you are in a certain level of the hierarchy, you will see all the devices that relates to that hierarchy level. And in fact, if you see the list of devices, you can also select right here the groups. Like this is a group. This is not a device but a group. But in advanced analysis, it doesn't matter if it's a device or a group. You can select both with the feature. Okay. So well, we see align 7 days, active energy. What do you think?
Well, I think it's more of the same. This is what we were able to create with the queries. So you promised advanced analytics. What do you have in store for us, Alfonso?
Okay, let's check something more advanced. We've seen a single device in a single resolution. Okay, early resolution. Let's delete this device and let's start with something more advanced. You've seen single device. What about multiple devices? This is one of the things that you have asked lots of times. It's what if I could analyze the aggregated consumption, the sum of all the building consumptions in my account or in a certain hierarchy level. So this is what multiple devices is for. So you can select also active energy. Then we select the reference device. So you have all the reference devices in your account. We go to electricity and select main supply, for example. And here you can select for the hierarchy level. Do you want to see the main supply of a sublocation, a certain location, a zone like Europe or USA, or the whole account? Okay, I will select the whole account. All my portfolio main supplies will be summed because I have defined here the sum, but I can change it. I can calculate the mean, the median, minimum, maximum. I can count how many buildings I have, how many values, different values I can sum, or up to calculate the percentile or the standard deviation, so that you can really create a specific analysis with all your portfolio at the same time. And also, you can select exactly those type of buildings that you want. I want the whole portfolio, but only those buildings that have a glass facade, or maybe those buildings that were built before a certain year. Okay,
so these are all the tags in my account.
Exactly, these are all the tags that you have created in your account, in your locations. Okay, so doing this, I just select now daily resolution. I have also the ratio right here. If you are at the location level in your hierarchy and you have both custom ratios, for example, you can use them. So let's start with by adding one aggregated consumption. Okay, so I can see now the last 7 days in this is the main consumption for the sum of all my buildings in the account. I can of course change the period. I will select from, for example, September. Let's say here. Okay, and as you see, I'm not pushing clicking on the update button because it doesn't exist anymore in advanced analytics. So any change that you select, it is updated at the moment.
That's a relief.
Yeah. So, well, we have all the electricity consumption of one account, of the whole account. But what if I could analyze different energy sources? This is another thing that you have asked lots of times. So let's start by defining all the gas energy, for example, consumptions for the main gas for the same hierarchy level, that is the whole account. Let's sum them and let's define it in a daily resolution. And why not adding also multiple devices, the waters. So as you see, I am adding all the different energy sources to the same graph, and all these energy sources are the sum of all my buildings. So I am analyzing the whole portfolio at the same time. This is impossible until now. I mean, you were not able to analyze more than two different parameters that it was that the current queries feature allows you, but now you can add as more axes as you want. Okay, so
well, that's great. Thank you. This is a great new
feature. for
But
you.
you talked about customized colors. Can we change these colors? I'm not a big fan of these colors.
It can seem easy, but it is also something that you have asked a lot of time. That is, you want to use the color you want. Okay, I like to use, for example, electricity always in green. I will leave it in green, but gas, I like to analyze it always in orange, and why not water can continue in blue. So I can define exactly which blue I want, maybe this one. Okay, so you can really define the accurate color you want, so that you can use, for instance, your corporate colors in your graphs. So now we have 3 different energy sources aggregated for your whole portfolio in 3 different colors.
What about-
In fact, you can see that 3 different axes are present in the graph. Okay.
What about those axes? Yes, those big
want to
numbers. Can we change those big numbers into something
Sure.
more readable?
This is another thing that is new. That is, what if I could change the axes, the units in the graphs? Okay, now you have here the chart options for all the advanced analytics charts. So you can now select how do you want the axis to be shown. So, for example, active energy, I want it to be shown in megawatt hours. So I just divide all the values on the axis by 1,000, and gas, for example, in gigawatt hours, and divide it by 1,000,000. And if you do this, you could also define exactly the minimum and the maximum of every axis. Okay. Now I will leave the auto scale mode, but as you see, you can exactly define the way you want the axis to be shown. Okay. Now you can see gas in gigawatt hours, electricity in kilowatt hour, in megawatt hours. So 3 customized axes in 3 energy sources, all aggregated and in 3 different colors. But what's more, that you can also compare different resolutions. So what if I can leave electricity maybe and change, well, I can change electricity. I will change electricity from daily to, let's say, quarter hourly. Okay. And the gas, have less data, I will leave it in daily. And water, I can, for instance, select hourly resolution. Sorry, I have disabled it. This is also something that you can do. You can disable any data source by clicking. Okay, so I will select water in hourly resolution. So now we have 3 different energy sources into 3 axes with 3 different resolutions, with 3 different customized colors, with 3 different customized axes. And in fact, all of this data series is the sum of all the reference devices of my whole portfolio. Okay. So this is really awesome. The flexibility advanced analysis gives you to create those analyses you were asking for. Okay. So in fact, we've seen only the lines. But what if I want to use this data in another way? As always.
Can I use it on reports?
Yes, for sure. You can add any of the graphs of the charts in advanced analysis to a custom report. Okay, just as always, selecting your templates. You can also export all the data to Excel. So this is just downloading the Excel as always. And as you can see, I'm just selecting the period I want. So you can use this to export your data into Excel. And also we have the summary table. The summary table has been redesigned to show data month by month. I have selected only September, so I'm seeing now September, but when I select one or more than 1 year, that is another new thing that you can do now. You will have each year of each data series and shown month by month, and also the sum and average. So this is the first analysis I wanted to show you, really customized in many ways, but it is all about lines, okay? What if I want to analyze, and also we are analyzing the mains, gas, water, electricity, but what if I want to analyze sub-consumptions of some metering of the same building, for example?
Can we compare the different consumptions for each floor in a building?
For example, and as you know, we have here the hierarchy level, but we can directly access also by the founder of the advanced analytics. So let's start analyzing the submetering for the Luxembourg building. I will select all my consumptions in Luxembourg building. That is the first floor in daily resolution. Let's add all of them. Okay, active energy, the second floor. I will select all of them in daily resolution, okay? And what I want to show you is the possibility of showing the subconsumptions in many different ways, and which we're trying to find which is the best way to analyze all the subconsumptions at the same time, okay?
So we have more possibilities other than lines.
Yes, for sure. And in fact, you can see this is not new because consumption, sorry, I have to select the fourth floor. Consumption screen do allows to show bars, but we have some new cool charts that we want to show you also. So let's select the last one, that is the air conditioning, the HVAC, okay? And now we see, for instance, this 5 consumptions. I can start defining my colors. Let's change HVAC to green, this one to orange, for instance, and this other can be defined into red, let's say. Okay, so once I have all my lines, okay, what's more? I will select, I don't know, last month, let's say, or yeah, why not, last month. If I do this, I will see all the daily consumptions, okay? But this is, I think, this is not the best way to see the weight of all of these submitters into the building. So let's see the different chart types that is changing with this selector. Here you have, in the drop down, you have bars. Okay, we have also stacked bars. So this is one I like a lot because I can see the whole consumption of my building, but with its weight. Each of the consumptions, each of the submitters are shown individually, so I can see which is the weight of each of them, okay? So another way that I know Jordi likes also is the pie chart,
I like
for example.
pies.
Yeah, that is the same, but with the percentage. Well, everybody knows about this kind of chart. Nothing really disrupting is the word. Nothing really new. Whoa, the key is, what if I add a different parameter? We are seeing everything in active energy, but if I add, let's say, temperature, you can compare all your consumptions. Let's select the Luxembourg outdoor temperature in daily. Okay, if I do this, maybe temperature, this chart is not the right one, but let's start again. I want to analyze temperature with, well, this is not cool to analyze the relation between my consumptions and the temperature, okay? So what if I want to do this type of analysis? If I select stacked bars, for example, I have all my active energy stacked, but temperature is in a different bar. Okay.
How can we change that?
With the custom chart. And this is the new chart that we have created for you. And in the chart options, you can exactly select which is the way that you want to each of your data series to be shown. Okay, so I will select again all my floors, all my submitters in the building into stacked bars, but the temperature will remain into lines. Okay, and this is a really new way to analyze your consumptions, and this can be used to analyze the relation between your consumptions and the temperature, or I don't know, let's say the production, the occupants. Okay, so this is really powerful. You can continue adding more parameters, and you can continue creating a different and more complex analysis so that you can feel free to do whatever you want. Okay.
Well, it sure does like it's something really useful that I'll be
Sure.
working with in the future. But what if I don't want to see all of these graphs and I only want a different, let's say I want to focus on the HVAC versus the temperature. How can I do that without losing all my work done up until now?
Nice. If you want to see the air conditioning relation with the temperature, because it's the only consumption that it's really related to the temperature, you can just let's say disable your other consumptions. Okay, so now we are seeing the relation between air conditioning and the temperature. Let's take a general view, a whole year period. Let's select previous year, for instance. Now we can see that there is a clear relation between the air conditioning, the HVAC consumption, and the temperature. Okay, if the temperature increases, also the consumption in the air conditioning increases. So let's see also different ways of analyzing this relation, because okay, I see that it is related. There is a certain correlation between both parameters, but which is the exactly correlation? Okay, for this purpose, we have created also the scatter. Okay, so now you can really analyze which is the correlation between two different variables. Before, just note again the summary table that is always here available for you and also for your reports. Okay, so let's check this scatter. When you access the scatter, what it is shown is, okay, you have to select what do you want to see in the X and the Y axis. In the X, I will show the temperature. In the Y, I will show the air conditioning consumption. And now I will see this relation. Okay. Here you have the correlation coefficient. It's not good, maybe because of these outliers. This is related to the weekend, but we will see which is the result with a different resolution. And here you have also the regression. Okay, so you have the formula and the correlation for this certain period that is the past year. Okay, I will change this resolution into weekly, for instance, and just to show you that when you change the resolution in the scatter chart, it always say that you need to modify both resolutions, because it is not possible to create a scatter chart with different resolutions in both axes. So a scatter chart is not scrupulous. Okay, so let's change also the temperature into weekly. And now,
It is a bit picky.
yeah. Now you have this this analysis again, okay, with less points, of course, because we've changed from daily to weekly resolution, okay. Also, more things, as always, you have in the chart options the possibility of changing the colors, okay. I will change the HVAC into, let's say, this blue, the line into black. We can even show or not that line in the chart. I like the line to be shown. Okay. Another thing that we can do is, I'm seeing now the relation between the air conditioning consumption and the temperature. Okay, it has a good correlation, better than before in daily resolution, but it is because the way that the data is evaluated, it's not the same to analyze weeks than to analyze days. But let's see that I have this correlation coefficient that has changed, of course, and this regression line formula, and this gives me an idea of which is the relation, or let's say maybe the performance of my HVAC system depending on the temperature. So what if I want to compare the evolution of this performance through the years? Okay, what I will do now is enter this new yearly comparison mode. This yearly comparison mode always shows you 12 values, 12 months into a single year. The first difference is that the date picker is now changed into years. So I can select the difference between the past 4 years, let's say. So what I'm seeing now is 4 different formulas, 4 different correlations, 4 different analyses. So I can see which is the evolution of this correlation or this performance of my system through the years. Okay, lot of information in the screen. Let's also show you that you can hide this data series area so you can analyze your data in full screen mode. And again, our summary table that now shows for each year, each data series, all the information summarized by months. Okay, and let's end. I want to show you the last graph, that is, what if I want to analyze the past of the years but not in Skater? This yearly comparison mode is available in all the type charts. So let's select, for instance, bars, and now I will hide temperature, and this is another of the analysis that you have asked us a lot, that is, I want to see which is the difference between this January and the next year, and so on. So you can use this with one energy source or more than one at the same time. So feel free to create wherever you want, and feel free to analyze the way you need in your in Excel, but also in your reports, and also exporting your data into Excel. Okay. Well, I think that we've shown most of the functionality. I would only show you one last thing, that is that every analysis can be shared. In fact, I have here some of the analysis that my partners have shared with me, but you can share each of these analyses by selecting the users. And remember that when you share your analysis, the analysis is yours. So the users that have those analyses shared will see them into only read mode. Okay? So that's it. I will continue with the presentation to summarize what we've seen. That is, just to summarize the analytics capabilities. the analytics capabilities to excel in your day-to-day job, to improve your analysis, okay? To help you save energy. That is the main purpose, okay? Help you to save energy and report better and in your custom reports. To give you all the freedom to create your analysis, and also the most important thing, to save your time, okay? So, well, we finished with the demo. I hope you enjoyed it. So let's start saying that current queries feature will be deprecated by June in the next year. And once this is set, we will start with our Q&A session. So let's start.
Okay, so thank you very much for your attention, and thank you, Alfonso and Jordi, for explaining this. We have a question. So is it possible to create ratios?
Yes, I think I said it. If you are in a certain hierarchy level, like your location, you will see all the ratios defined at the location. If you are, let's say, in the corporate, in a zone hierarchy level, you will see only those ratios that are available in all the locations below that hierarchy level. But if you access to a certain location, you will see all the ratios defined in the location, and also your customized ratios will be available, okay?
We have another question from John in London. Can we show more than 3 axes?
Yes, I've not shown it, but I have an axis, an analysis that partner shared with me that is using 9 axes. You can use as many axes as you want. There's
another question from Enrique. He's asking, does this have real-time capability?
Real-time capability, yes, sure. All the data that is arriving into the Excel is available at the moment it arrives, okay? So it's not a problem to analyze the data that has arrived just a minute before, okay? Another question, it is regarding the accumulated parameters, and I want to say that this is not available now, but it will be available soon. So also the readings of your meters, of your fiscal meters, the accumulated values will be available to be selected into advanced analysis, okay? Whoa, we have lots of questions, Jordi.
Okay, what we can do is answer them through email. So if you have asked a question and you have not have a response, don't worry, because we're gonna answer by email. And I think it's time for us now to go. So again, thank you everyone who connected. Thank you, Alfonso, and thank you, Jordi. And well, we hope to see you in the next webinar. So thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you to be here.
Thank you, everyone.
See you.